Hi, everyone. I'm Charlene Shirk, your host of Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And we have got a great one for you today. Joining us from South Orange, New Jersey, Jake Kahana with Caveday. Jake, thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Charlene.
Hey, tell everybody what Caveday is. That's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah, Caveday is essentially like having a trainer for your work. We lead focus sessions over 100 times a week where people from all over the world join us. We have trainers that lead these sessions called Caves for 1 hour and 3 hour, where people get better, more focused work done to help them feel more connected, feel more energized, avoid burnout, and get their real work done.
Okay, so when I went on the website and I watched the video, basically your screen looks like a giant Zoom meeting. It's all these boxes of all these people who are working. And walk us through the process that was in your video, because I thought some of those things were really key to making sure that when you're in the cave, that you're being the most productive.
Yeah. So everything that we've created with our methodology is research-based, science-backed, and so it is a Zoom meeting. What you do is you sign up for a cave, and it goes on your calendar. You get a Zoom link, and when you join the session, it's essentially a bit of community check-in. It's like, what are you working on? Let's set an intention today. Let's remind ourselves to think about our bodies. Like, how are we sitting? Does that help our focus? Let's remove our phones. There's some intentions going on at the beginning. Then we do work. So we work in 50, it's like usually 45 to 52-minute work sprints. Our research shows that that's when your brain needs a break after that period of time. And then we take a break together. So the facilitator, we call them cave guides, will have everyone stand up and lead a stretch or jump into breakout rooms and discuss something that feels like there's a bit of social connection that helps energize our work. And when we're done with our sessions, when the cave is over, we share our wins and accomplishments in the chat.
So
sounds simple.
I did see they put their
Yeah.
phone in a bag. Do you provide that bag?
We don't. We used to when we ran in person. When we used to run in person in New York, I think it was like 15 times a week right before the pandemic, and we would collect your phones when you came in the door. And it's funny, Fast Company wrote an article about us and called us procrastination nannies. It was like, pay a stranger to take away your phone for you. But the reality is, it's like the reason that we have cave guides is because many of us need that reminder and accountability to just put our phones away. And actually, it's like permission, right? I want to put my phone away. It doesn't help my work, but when somebody tells you to do it, it can help.
And it was also shut off your notifications so you're not distracted. And it was keep your camera on for accountability. And gosh, like I would think sometimes I'm worried, like, what if I forget that my camera's, you know what I mean, on, and I'm like fixing my bra strappers, you know, when you're sitting there and you're working and you become, unconscious of the fact that people could be looking at you through the camera. So talk to me a little bit about how you realize that this need was out there, and are you showing, is there some proof of performance that people are more productive when they work with you?
Yeah, so lots to answer there. The short answer is for that last part is that we do surveys all the time. We talk to our members, and people report getting 2 or 3 times the amount of work done in a cave than they do on their own, which the equivalent is sort of like you can work 3 or 4 hours in the cave, focused, doing deep work, and have the rest of your day to run your errands and do your meetings. How did we know that there was a need for this? We didn't. At the very beginning, we ran as a one-off event. We said, hey, me and my 2 co-founders said, let's gather people in New York to work in this interesting way. We learned about how do we work best, and we sold out. And we did it again, and we sold out again. And the more that we found that people needed this, and were impacted by our work, the more that we continued to grow.
And so now you do this. Are most of the folks remote workers?
Everyone's doing this remotely, so we don't do anything in person anymore at this point. And everyone works remotely. Our members range from entrepreneurs and freelancers to people that have full-time jobs that just need some carved out time to go in the cave and get their real work done, and sort of permission to turn off their notifications, because right before we joined, Charlene, you were checking your text messages and answering questions. And we all get that interrupting our work. So when we have time to carve out to go into the cave, people doing any kind of work can really benefit from this kind.
Well, Jake, thank you so much for joining us today. What an innovative idea, and just fascinating. And it really, sometimes remote work can get lonely, and it's nice that you've created this nice community of people who can come together and feel like they're working together, but yet the whole objective is not to bother each other, make sure each other. Because I like working remote because I
Yeah,
don't have that coworker standing in my doorway making conversation with me for 20 minutes, or I don't get dragged in some random
exactly.
meeting that now becomes my responsibility. But yet, exactly to your point, sometimes you're working in a silo, and it would be nice to have that support and encouragement.
Yeah, it's based on the idea of body doubling, which is like when the people around you are focused, it helps you focus. And that's what we're trying to do.
All right. Well, Jake, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Digital Champions. We really appreciate you sharing this concept with us.
Yeah, thanks, Charlene.
And so if you'd like to learn more about Caveday, it's so cool. Go to the website, check them out, check out the video. I can't even do it justice. You've got to check it out yourself. But check it out first by going to dailyedbrief.com. I'm Charlene Shirk, your host for Digital Champions. And see, I always say you're going to learn something new here, and you have. And we look forward to learning something new again with you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.